Welcome friends, welcome to the next video of the specification where we are going to use see here we are going to see the how to write the specification for RCC work when the proportion is given. When the proportion is given, it is very easy to write the content. So what I have made is that this is the sequence how the work is going to be there on the field. So based on that I have written these sequences here, right? You can see these sequences here. I have written all these sequences based on the work given, right? So with these sequences what I'm going to do is that, see, I'll be showing you, uh, right? So first one is proportion. Here the proportion, whatever proportion is given, 1 is to 2 is to 4, here you'll be having 1 part cement, 2 parts sand and 4 parts coarse aggregate. And cement, what you'll be using here with stand all the standard quantities, and it should stand all these tests, field tests as well as lab tests, that also you can write there. Then fine aggregate, it should be clean, coarse, shall be free from organic and vegetative matter, and shall be washed if it is having the earthy material in that. That you have to keep in mind before using a sand. You have to make sure that there should not be earthy material, earth should not be there with the sand, else you are supposed to wash it. Then coarse aggregate, see what you will be having. You will be having 67% of black trap metal, that we call it as what, no black no we call it as aggregates, right? Coarse aggregate, or no, you can call it as jelly, coarse aggregate, jelly, or in other word also, see, you can call it as what, kapachi also, right? Three words are there: coarse aggregate, jelly, and kapachi, right? That also you can use. So you'll be having the size of that kapachi or the jelly will be, you'll be having 20 to 40 size. 33 percent of black trap metal, that is grit, you're supposed to mix with that, so it is 100%, right? 67, that is for 20 to 40 size, and 33% will be of 12 20 to 6 size, that is we call it as what, grit, right? And then next, when you will be going for the water should be, as I said, it should be a clean and fresh water you are supposed to use. And then a reinforcement shall be a steel, which shall comply with the standard requirement, and as per the design and drawing you are supposed to use the steel. uh, then centering, you can call it as formwork or shuttering, right? Centering and shuttering should significantly strong and rigid. The centering material will be of a timber or steel plate, or it will be of a plywood, so that you have to keep in mind. The next is mixing by mechanical mixing or by hand mixing. What thing you will be having is that you can do by mechanical mixing or hand mixing. You have to make sure that drum, if you're using the mechanical mixing, you're supposed to make sure that the drum should take a turn at least 1.5 minutes. No, after mixing, it should have a one rotation after 1.5 minutes, right? And the laying and curing, see, centering shall be well watered before laying, and there should not be any honeycombing after removing of the centering, that you have to make sure. Vibrators you are supposed to use, no so many methods are there to make sure that there should not be honeycombing after removing of the shuttering. And then it should kept in water, as I know, talking about the curing, that it should kept in water for at least 20 days, that you have to make sure. Then finishing of a exposed surface, the finishing should be with a 12 thick plaster, that 3 coats of white or color wash shall be applied. 3 coat of whites or color wash shall be applied, so that you have to keep in mind while writing the specification for the RCC work. Now specification for concrete, plain cement concrete, right? The sequence will remain same. Only thing is that we don't have reinforcement here, right? Sequence will remain same. Only thing is that you're not supposed to write the no reinforcement. Even sometimes you don't have the centering also. So PCC we lay usually for the flooring. PCC flooring I am discussing here. So flooring, usually centering means we are going to use the side planks, right? Side planks we are going to use there. Else the remaining sequence will cement, means you will be having the proportion, then cement, sand, coarse aggregate, then water, workmanship. As I said, that centering, it depends. Then mixing, laying, and finishing. So the sequence is same, and the remaining whatever the content will be there, that also somehow it is going to same. If you see that you can use the cement sand aggregate with a ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 4. One part is cement, two part is sand, and four part is aggregate. Cement, as I said, that it should stand all the test, field test as well as uh, laboratory test also, means it should comply the standard requirement. Then fine aggregate should be free from the organic and vegetative matter, and if required you are supposed to wash that before using. And for coarse aggregate, as for the RCC, here also the same tendency, we are going to use 67%. The aggregate of will be between the 20 to 40 mm, and 33% will be between the 20 to 12 mm. Then water should be clean and fresh. Then workmanship, as I said, that you know you have to make sure that subgrade should provide it with a proper soap required for the flooring. And before laying concrete flooring, subgrade shall be wetted. No coats of cement slurry also you can apply before laying the concreting. Then centering, as I said, it depends on the work. If it requires a side frame, you can have that side frame, else we don't need centering there. Then mixing will be mechanical mixing or by hand can be done, and water will be added. See, 32 liters minimum water can be added per bag, that you have to keep in mind. Then laying and curing, normally cement concrete flooring shall be laid in one operation using glass or plain asbestos sheet strip, kept well watered for the 15 days. The 15 days curing is required uh, for the concreting. As we said that for this one RCC it requires 20 days, here we required 15 days. Finishing, exposed surface shall be, you have to make sure that there should not be honeycombing. If honeycombing is there, you have to make sure that you will be applying the cement concreting there. And after that you can have the plastering cover for 3 coats with a white or color washing also can be done for that. So this is what all about the uh, concrete flooring 1 is to 2 is to 4. So next item is cement plaster. You know that how we are going to do the plastering, right? So you have to understand the how it is going to carry out on the site, right? As I said that previously also, no, if you know the site work, you can easily write the specification, and if you know the specification, you can easily execute the things on the site. So that both are vice versa. Any one you have to make it standard. If you want to write the specification properly in the examination, you should know the site work. That is very important, right? And based on that only I have written these things, right? See here what you are having here. See no You are supposed to do the preliminary work. You are supposed to do means that is no cleaning, uh, cement plastering will be there. You have to make sure that uh, sand face, do the sand face or cement plastering. You have to make sure that masonry joint should be raked out. Raked out means you should be no you can use the stand paper for the raking, so that raking can be done. Then see the sequence first I'll tell you, then we'll go for the remaining things. See, preliminary, that as I said that raking work will be there. Then procedure step, applying the first coat. This is procedure for applying the first coat. Procedure for second coat, that is final coat. Then we are going to do the measurement and to take the billing. Now we'll say that preliminary, how to do the work, what we are going to carry out there for the cement plastering is that for the cement plastering work, the sand faced cement plastering shall be carried out after masonry joints are raked out to the depth, right? Raking should be there, raked out to the depth of 20 mm, and then walls are well watered. Then you are supposed to apply the what cement plastering. And then if you go to the first coat, as I said that first coat, say we are going to use 1 is to 4. 1 is to 4 mean one part of a cement and 4 parts of a clean sand, right? So this will be the our mortar, and one bag of a cement shall only be prepared at a one time, right? Then mortar should be consumed within 30 minutes, that you have to keep in mind. And before applying first coat, this is very important thing, before applying first coat, no you should get, no what you have to do is that get water thoroughly, means all the walls should be watered thoroughly. Then thickness of first coat should not be less than uh, no thickness of coat shall not be less than the no 12 mm. That you have to make sure that thickness should not be less than 12 mm. It should be always watered at least for 7 days. After having that 12 mm layer, you should water it for 7 days. Now after that, what you have to do is that after, as you apply the 12 mm coat, then mark on that zigzag lines, right? So that is going to help for the second layer to stack with that, right? Zigzag line means these kind of a lines we are going to mark on the plastering face. You might have seen that these kind of a zigzag lines you're supposed to mark on the plastering face, so that when you apply the next layer, it is going to be exactly in the position. It holds that next layer which is coming on that, and that layer is second layer. Then procedure for second layer here, that's that second coat shall be of 1:1, means one part of a cement to one part of a sand, and it should be of 8 mm thick. Then the coat shall be applied after 7 days completion of a first coat. Then sand what you will be using will be screened one and should be of a uniform uh, size, right? And sponge, if you want, you can use to make it out the second layer wet. And after completion of second coat, surface shall be kept watered for at least 15 days. Then measurement, it is a no a square meter work, where you will be measuring only the length and height, or width and height. So this is a square meter quantity, and the rates which you are including, so rate which you are getting billing, what you are going to do, so that should include the scaffolding also. Because as you know, as you are carrying out, as you are applying for the walls, there may be chances that you may not reach the top height, so you are supposed to have some supporting on which you can stand and you can apply the mortar there. So that scaffolding also should get included into the final rates. Now this is what the specification for the cement plastering.